Alright, what's good everybody? So different type of video today, not gonna lie. So usually, you'd probably just be getting gameplay while I talk over, different things that's going on, whether it's in the game or outside the game in my life. But as you know, Bleach Rebirth of Souls did have a patch. And with that patch came Thousand Year Blood War Arc Ichigo, the character, and it also came with a few balance changes in the game. So, I said, you know what? I don't really do this, but let's try it out. We're gonna be going over the patch notes, taking my takes on it, seeing how I feel about certain things, how I don't feel about certain things. I actually noticed something that was probably gonna be in the patch notes earlier in the previous video when I played ranked for the first time in Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and it was a particular change to Soy Phone where you couldn't continue the combo after a certain amount of hits. And when I was doing it, I was like, can she not do this anymore? So I was like, that's definitely probably going to be in the patch notes. I would have done this earlier, but the patch notes weren't live yet, and it's pretty late my time. It's currently 12:14 a.m. on June 11th. And so, going over this a little late, but late is better than never. So over here we have the Bleach Rebirth of Souls tab, if you don't mind me going to it right here. Alright. Bleach Rebirth of Souls patch version 1.10. General battle adjustments / changes. Adjusted the attack judgment of each rebirth action to improve situations where attacks will not hit. That's pretty much where if you do a grab, or as the game calls it, breakers, so certain characters, they couldn't get follow-ups off of their breakers, or like their follow-ups were very frame tight. Now this allows pretty much every character to get a combo off of their breaker, which means they probably sped up a lot of characters' attacks, which honestly, pretty good for the game. For quality of life change, I feel like if you didn't really get combos over your grabs, you were really not a character seen. You weren't really seen online much, or you were just considered one of the weaker characters in the game, and you pretty much didn't have any combo versatility. So adjusted almost all characters so that they can connect. See, exactly what I talked about. Quick attacks after breaker. Also adjusted so that steps can be used to cancel after a breaker. That, I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's okay. Next we have increased the recovery amount of the guard gauge. Increase the amount of guard gauge recovered when activating burst rebirth. Shorten the time it takes for guard gauge recovery to begin. If I believe this is talking about the reverse gauge, and so it increases the amount of recovery. Oh no, this is your guard. I'm so stupid. I'm all over the place right now. It's very late. Okay, so when you lose guard, it increases how fast you get it back, and increases the amount of guard gauge recovered when activating your gray reverse, which pretty good. I don't know how it is gonna work for certain characters, because certain characters I feel like don't need a lot of changes in this game, but we'll see how this is. Alright. Reduce the modifier of Soul Rebirth, making it easier to extend combo damage significantly. Increase the multiplier for spiritual power acquisition during the effect duration. Again, half of this stuff I really don't know what this means because of their terminology for certain aspects of the game. So like with health, they call it Reishi, and the amount of lives you have, they call that Kompaku. That's pretty much about what I know when it comes to the game's language for certain things. Implemented a cooldown period with a decreasing correction to spiritual power acquisition when using spiritual pressure moves. Okay, let's break that down real quick. Implemented a cooldown period when decreasing correction. I know that has to do with your specials. in the meter. I don't know what cooldown period decrease and correction means. Using a rebirth action can overwrite the cooldown. However, if a spiritual pressure... Oh, okay. I understand now. So when you use one of your spiritual pressure moves, your moves that cost meter, after you land that move, or it gets blocked or whatever, your meter is pretty much on cooldown. Where I put this more as like a Dragon Ball Fighters thing, or like any fighting game really, where after you spend meter, you're on like a meter penalty to where you gain meter a lot slower. So I guess after using a spiritual pressure move, you're not going to gain as much meter in a combo as you would normally do, which honestly that is a pretty good change, because characters build meter way too fast in this game. Soifon was definitely a victim of building a lot of meter in a combo, especially when she had Spirit Drive awaken. Oof. Miss those days. Say those days like it's been going forever. However, if a spiritual pressure move is used again while a rebirth action other than soul rebirth is active, the cooldown will trigger. Okay, so if you use a spiritual pressure move without your reverse gauge used, the cooldown will trigger. But if you use it while your reverse gauge is on, then the cooldown doesn't stay, which that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I don't know how that, again, this is only day one, so I don't know how a lot of things are gonna work. Okay, next, unify the appearance position of ho-hos for all characters. I know ho-hos are the breakers, or the grabs. I know that is. Unify the cancelable frames upon counter activation, making it easier to transition into combos. Adjust the damage stun time during counter attacks, making it easier to connect combos with various attacks. Increase the recovery speed of the rebirth gauge upon counter activation. Okay, so I know most of this. So pretty much, let's start from the top here. Unify the cancelable frames upon counter activation, making it easier to transition into combos. That's pretty much meaning that after a grab, it's going to be easier for most characters to combo. We already went over that. Adjust the damage stun time during counter attacks, making it easier to connect combos. So pretty much the patch before this, when doing a counter hit, some characters, they had a slight window to really get a counter hit combo, which caused a lot of characters to drop their combo. But now it makes it easier for pretty much every character to combo after counter hit. Again, great quality of life change for the game. I think this was needed a lot. Increase the recovery speed of rebirth gauge upon counter activation. So you're gonna get your reverse gauge a lot quicker during a counter hit combo, which again, really good change. Love that. Game mode adjustments and changes. Online mode, implement a ranked match. We already went over that in the video. Online UI, change the UI of the controlled character to be displayed on left side, regardless whether it's first player or second player during online battles. You're pretty much gonna have first person POV, which is pretty good. Versus mode, change the default battle time versus. That's not really anything important. Now, get into the bread and butter. Character adjustments / changes. Ichigo Kurosaki. So this is your base Ichigo, the Ichigo that you start with, big ass sword. Stats: increase the fighting spirit required for awakening, Kikon channel, and spirit drive. So they pretty much increase the amount of bar it takes to get to your awakened state, which is, I mean, it didn't matter. In my opinion, it didn't matter. Which, okay, I always thought that with the amount of time you get during a round, which is 5 minutes, that's a pretty long round. It also takes you a pretty long time to get to all the cool stuff in Awakening, which I always thought, they should make Awakening easier to get. This is doing the opposite, but I mean, it's like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'll have to see how I feel about this, as the game goes on. Okay, so normal state, signature move, added frames during the charge animation where it can be canceled with a step. Huh. So he can cancel it. Okay, but will he be able to combo off of that? That's a good question. And now it's straight to say that I don't have much experience with most of these characters. I probably have experience with probably a good 5 at most, and then the rest of my experience comes from fighting these characters. Now, I fought this character in the past. He can do a lot of damage, dish out, especially in that awakened state down here. That, ooh, big damage. I don't know how I feel about the normal state signature move. Again, a lot of this stuff we just have to see. This is only day 1. Awakening, special flash attack, increase the amount of movement at the beginning of the technique. That's his. No, that's not his spiritual pressure move. Is that his circle? That is. Okay, so that's his circle move, which I never really. Again, I feel like a broken record, but don't have much experience with that move. But spiritual pressure move 1, enhance, change the damage behavior, increase the damage stun time. This, okay, I have seen a clip of this where pretty much Bankai Ichigo, if you know, he was the best character in the game previous patch. Whether he still is or is not, I do not know. But pretty much the spiritual pressure move loops that he had, I heard that was taken away from him, but now it's given to this Ichigo in his Bankai state. Which, that I don't know how much that moved this Ichigo up, because I thought this Ichigo was like pretty much your Shoto of the game. You're pretty much what every character, like, to its core is built around. So how this character is gonna go up in tier rankings, don't know. I'll probably make my own tier list one day, just for fun. I don't know yet. But anyways, adjustment intent. Ichigo Kurosaki is a stable character with defensive. Okay, this is just explaining the type of character he is. Cool. Ichigo Kurosaki Bankai. Here we go. Normal state, awaken, flash attack, increase stun time. So now you stun longer during his flash attack. Special flash attack, increase the stun time, increase the guard stun time, while spiritual pressure 2 is active. Okay, so I think this is what I was talking about, where he can't really get the combo off of his move anymore, which kind of does suck. I feel like a lot of the sauce that each character had was somewhat taken away from them. I still feel like every character is different in their own way, which is what I really do love about this game. Is how when you play one character, you're not playing them all. Like a good example, Sparking Zero. You learn one character, you damn well learn them all. Dragon Ball FighterZ, you learn one character, you learn the basic of all. Now each character still does have their own, how do I word this? Each character still brings something to the table in Dragon Ball FighterZ, but once you learn the universal one character, you pretty much learn them all. In this game, no. You actually have to take time to actually learn what each character can do, which is something I do really love, and I wish a lot of other fighting games take from this. Anyway, signature move, charge. Increase the stun time, can now be cancelled with a step only on hit. Okay, so a lot of this is just increasing the stun time, which I believe that's what they did for Soy Phone and the combo. So it's pretty much just making sure that a lot of stuff can't link anymore, which kind of does suck for him, but this character was a menace, so I'm not gonna be mad. Fighting Spirit. Increase the fighting spirit required for reawakening. Oh, I feel like it was pretty easy to get his reawakening, was it not? So I guess they're making it a little challenging. I don't think they made it that much challenging, but we'll see. Special flash attack, increase the guard stun time. Signature move, fix an issue where unintentional charge variations would occur with a slight charge action. I don't think a lot of people saw that, I'll be honest. It is what it is. Ichigo Kurosaki final Ichigo Kurosaki final gets a potential. Flash attack follow up. Decrease the damage amount when the conclusion count is 0. Huh? No, that's not. Okay, no, I was thinking of. Okay, I thought that was his Keycon move. So no. Okay. So on his special, they just decrease damage on some of his special moves, which, it's okay. Spiritual pressure move 1, decrease the damage amount when the conclusion count is 0, same thing as the last two. Adjust so that rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the action when the conclusion count is 1. Okay. That's interesting. Well, it's like they're telling me stuff, but they're really keeping it vague, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Uryu Ishida, spiritual pressure move 1, adjusted so that rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the action. So you can't use your reverse gauge until the end of the move? Which, was that not how it always was? Or am I crazy? I guess not. Spiritual pressure move 2, adjust so that rebirth actions cannot... Honestly, hold on. I think that's not only talking about reverse gauge, I think that's talking about flash step as well, now thinking about it. Because earlier, when I was playing ranked in the video, I tried to flash step a lot of things, and I just wasn't getting flash step, perfect flash step at least. So, I don't know. I have to keep experimenting with this part specifically on how the rebirth actions can't be used. Follow-up ho-ho, increase the stun time. Increase stun time so you can get a follow-up hit on the breaker, which is really good. Awaken, flash attack, adjust the attack judgment to okay, so extended range of an attack, that's not too bad. Special flash attack, various, decrease the stun time, and oh, this is reawaken, I'm sorry. Decrease the stun time, spiritual pressure move 1, adjust the attack judgment, okay, same thing as the flash attack. Spiritual pressure move 2, increase the damage amount, so they gave him more damage on spiritual pressure 2. Hakugeki variation, increase the stun time. Okay, and also, I've been meaning to bring this up a lot lately. Well, not a lot, but ever since I've been seeing a lot of people give this game a lot of backlash on how, we're not getting a lot of developer communication, which I do understand because we do need it. But it's like, this game, even without the developer communication and stuff, it is still a fun game. Now, don't get me wrong, the developer communication was a big reason why I did stop uploading content for a bit. It was just because I feel like there was nothing for me to do in the game just besides play online. And I was playing online for no reward or anything. But now that ranked is in, it gives me more of a reason to play, which I feel like people just have to be patient sometimes. Again, this is the best Bleach game that has come out ever, and this is the first Bleach game in 10 years maybe? 5, 10, don't know. It's been a while since we got a Bleach game, and so I feel like if people are just patient and just wait it out and just see the direction the game is going in, maybe we actually hear more from them instead of just trying to bombard the devs into giving us some type of communication. Just let them work. So like I said, anywho, Sato, or the GOAT Chad, he got a hefty amount of changes. Quick attack, increase the damage stun time of the final hit. Okay, just giving him more time in the combo. Increase duration. A lot of this is just fixing issues and increasing his stun time. Flash attack, narrowed the width of the attack judgment Flash attack follow-up, decrease the damage amount, increase the damage stun time, and decrease the guard stun time. If I'm not mistaken, the flash attack. Oh no, that's a follow-up. Okay, no, that's the flash step attack after a combo. Okay, I was kind of confusing that for one move. Special flash attack. Fix an issue where the cancel frames were delayed. Adjust so that it can be canceled in Spiritual Pressure 1. So now you cancel a special flash attack into his Spiritual Pressure 1, which is, it gives him more combo routes and more damage. Pretty good. And then the rest is just increasing frames and damage. Okay. Awakened State. Increase the attack judgment. You've seen this on pretty much every character so far, which, I feel like majority of this is just universal changes to characters to get their, damn, I worded that so wrong. Most of this patch is just universal changes, quality of life changes, quality of life changes that help improve the games online, which in my opinion is really good. I feel like the online of the game feels really good, even though it is delay based. I wish that we got rollback, and I wish more people would play with a LAN cable to make the connection feel even better, but it is what it is. Keyscape with a holler. Adjust the combo scaling to make it difficult to extend combo damage. See this right here. Let me highlight this, because this is, in my opinion, I don't adjust the combo scaling. Giving him less damage and just like, that's so, I don't know how I feel about this, because like, although I want to see like long combos in the game, to me, depending on the combo, it can be really cool or really lame. Long combos in this game are pretty cool because no combo looks the same. It's all different routes, different buttons being pressed, and like you're taking away so much of the cool stuff already, and it hurts to see this, but it is what it is. Spiritual Pressure move 2, increase the effect duration. Alright, sure. Yoruichi Shion. Spiritual Pressure move 1, adjust this so that the opponent cannot use Rebirth actions until the end of the action when it hits. Okay, so universal change again. Again, these two are just universal changes. Let's go to Awaken. Special flash attack, adjust the attack judgment to increase the root judgment, adjusted so that it can be cancelled with signature move on hit. Guard while Flash Master is activated. I'm pretty sure Flash Master is her counter, so I'm guessing they extended the frames of it, but I feel like they would have just said that, so I don't know. Signature move, adjust the attack judgment. The signature move is the Ankin. So the attack, so they increased the range of the Ankin. Pretty cool. I hope they did the same for Suifo. Renji Abarai. Special flash attack, decrease the duration, adjust the guard stun difference to be disadvantageous. Adjust the hit guard stun difference to be advantageous while Spiritual Pressure move 2 is active. Okay. I fought against Renji before. Awakened Renji is just... At first, I felt like that matchup was impossible. But then, over time, I got like really good at playing against Giants. So I don't know. It's just, you have to be on the pressure. You have to apply the pressure more than they're trying to give. So I can't give them any space, which I don't know how that works anymore. Let's see how that works. Awaken. Flash attack follow-up. Does he have? No, he doesn't have a flash attack. Okay, sure. Weaken. Spiritual Pressure move 1. Increase the invincibility time at the beginning of the technique. So they gave more iframes at the beginning of his Spiritual Pressure move. Cool. Rukia Kuchiki. Special flash attack adjusted so that it can be cancelled with... Okay. That's after... So this... Okay, I'm finally really understanding what this whole, like, sentence means. It's pretty much so when your opponent is in red health and you hit him with the damn, what's that shit called? You hold R2. It's the move you do before a King Kong move, where you hold R2 and it blasts them back in during that little free fall animation or whatever. So when you do when you do a delayed flash step, you actually are able to continue the combo, and this right here increases the time you are able to do that, which, finally took some context clues for me to understand it. The vibes, I mean. Spiritual pressure move 1. Adjust so that counter hit does not occur. Oh, okay, no. This is where I draw the fucking line. Okay, this is where I draw the fucking line, because if you seen earlier in my rank match video, I did Soifong's spiritual pressure move against Gi, and I swear I let that move go out first. And when Geen did an attack, I got hit out of it. So the fact that she can't get counted in on hers, but Soifong can get counted in on hers is ridiculous. That's bullshit. But you know what? It is what it is. That's all I can say. It's only day 1, so oh, pain. This is another game where I lose every time. So, like Dragon Ball FighterZ, it took me this long for Trunks to be good, and now, when Soifong was actually a pretty decent character, who, just needs to be awakened to be a really good character, you're taking it away from me, huh? Okay. Cool. Anyways, signature move charge version. Adjust so that it can be cancelled into special flash attack. Increase the damage stun time, decrease the guard stun time. Okay, so pretty much stunning enemies longer, and block stun, you're not stunned for long, which is what it is. Increase spiritual pressure move 2. Increase the slow effect duration of the opponent at the time of occurrence only in 3rd stage. Okay, she has a lot of specific things for her, which I'm really understanding. Day one. Just, we're gonna move on. Shuhei Hisage. Exclusive ability. Change the specification so that fear is added when he uses spiritual pressure move 1 and spiritual pressure move 2. Okay. Okay. I see. I'm really just trying to process it in my head. Spiritual pressure move 2. Adjust so that Rebirth actions cannot be. Okay, we know that. He didn't get much changes. As most characters, very few characters actually got, like, really big changes. Rangiku Matsumoto. Flash attack follow up. Decrease the damage. Wow. To be honest, I didn't think that did a lot of damage, so they're decreasing? Huh. Interesting. Special flash attack, increase stun time. Again, normal thing. Normal state. Signature move, increase the stun time. Okay, nothing new. Ooh, got the hiccups right now. Thanks. Awaken signature move, increase the judgment of the ash area. Oh, so that big gust of wind she makes, they increased it. Okay, and they increased the duration of it. Oh, okay. If you've seen previous Bleach videos, and when me and my homie were playing, you would have noticed I hated that move. I just felt like her being able to attack me without being near me is stupid. And the fact that they're making it bigger and last longer, that's questionable. But I guess. Izuru Kira. Flash attack. Increased stun time, we know that. Adjust so that opponent. Special flash attack. Adjust so that opponent cannot use Rebirth actions, we know this. Okay, signature move, short press. Adjust so that it occurs even on guard. Decrease the damage amount. Eliminated the minimum guaranteed damage. Okay. So on a short press. Again, processing a lot of this. It's like with most of this, I have to see in game for how it actually looks and works, and then I can have my takes on it. But a lot of these characters I don't see online. I see like very few of these characters. So again, don't have really any real takes on it, but I do have some final words after I read through everything. I can give my final say on everything and how I feel about the patch. So we're just gonna move on. Ikaku Madarame. Special flash attack, shorten the retreat distance at the beginning and the subsequent advanced distance. Remove the invincibility time at the beginning of the technique. Oh, that's a pretty weird change. So he took invincibility off of the move at the beginning, and they nerfed this move, huh? Okay. They nerfed his special flash, but why? Oh, that's weird. Awaken exclusive ability, increase the total amount of Ryuman Gauge. Okay, so I guess that was the trade-off. Oh man, I don't think he needed that. Anyways, Shigekuni Yamamoto. Ooh. Exclusive ability, adjust so that the Hellfire state is released by hitting or receiving a key call move. Wait. Are we fucking serious? No. If that means what I think it means, then that's stupid. So, he gets hit with a key call move, yeah, he loses stocks, but as a trade-off, okay, so as a trade-off, he's gonna spit out more damage, which, like, he needed it. Spiritual Pressure Move 1, various, increase the damage stun time, so this patch just gave him more damage. I don't think Yamamoto needed any damage at all. Like, his damage is fine the way it is. It's more than fine. It's ridiculous. Especially if you're going up against a Yamamoto that knows what they're doing. Insane. Awaken quick attack, increase the decrease amount of the Inferno gauge. Okay, so he gets less Inferno gauge. That's honestly helpful for him because I can compare him to like Nagoriyuki. If you play Guilty Gear, you know who he is. He has this blood gauge, and with that gauge, if you fill it up all the way, his mask comes off, and pretty much for a damage trade-off, he loses health. So you get more damage, but you lose health. Pretty much Yamamoto's fire Inferno gauge. So for him to get less of it, I guess that's good, which means he's not going to lose as much health. But I think he is going to be losing out on a lot of damage, so it's pretty much like the reverse of Nago. So again, gotta see how it works. The only matches I've played today are those ranked matches that you did see. So, who knows? Spiritual Pressure Move 2, or 1, sorry. Adjust the attack judgment. Okay, we know that. Soifun, here we go. Okay, let's see if my predictions turned out true. Flash attack, decrease the damage stun time when branching after using signature move 1. Wait. No. Signature move, increase the stun time during replenishment. I was fucking right. Increase the stun time of the third hit when following up after using. I was right. No. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna break it down one by one. Flash attack, decrease the damage stun time when branching after using signature move once. So pretty much the more you use your signature move and then you do a flash attack after, like in the red health, the more you use your signature move and then flash step after to continue the combo, the shorter the stun time. So that's why the combo dropped earlier, and Oh, signature move increase the stun time during replenishment. That also happened earlier in today's games where after I knocked the opponent back when I was playing against that game, I tried to replenish some of my Ongen, and I feel like it was taking longer than usual, and I felt like I should have been recovered. Oh man, I just know my character, bro. Even without playing the game, I know them very well. And now, let's see, hold on, adjustment intent. Slayfon decides the game by repeatedly attacking using signature move. However, the range of neutral when using signature move Onken was wider than other characters, making it difficult to exploit gaps. This adjustment increases the stun of signature move replenish, so it is necessary to be more careful about timing. In addition, the stun difference of some actions when using signature move Onken has been corrected, so it's no longer possible to connect combos from quick attack again. They're always nerfing me, man, and I don't understand why. What did I do to deserve to get nerfed? I just play the goddamn game. I play a character that I like, and they always get changed, and I hate it. It's always me. Why can't it be someone else? I'm ranting. Game of this fucker. First off, let's look at the attempt. I should have been doing this from the start. Genichiro fights while maintaining a distance that does not allow him to step into his pocket by taking advantage of his long reach. However, it was difficult to receive benefits for the difficulty of maintaining the distance. This adjustment strengthens the judgment of exclusive ability Sword Point to make it easier to hit tip and increase the return of signature move Serpent Strike. Kamikui, Mizuchi, and Spiritual Pressure Move 1, Urozuki. So this is pretty much explaining everything that I said about him in the ranked video where I was just calling him a fucking snake and a zoning bastard. For those that aren't aware, I do really fucking hate zoning in fighting games. I just think it's just totally lame. It's a lame way to play the game. I don't like zoning, but I like having the ability to zone. Like with Slayfon, how she has her Onken, right? It's just a move. It's just a move that I can play keep away if I want to, while still maintaining a good distance to strike after. This fucker right here, no, you're just staying away and just pointing your sword. It's not how I like to play the game. Anyway, Aizen, the other character I fought online today. Stats decrease the amount of Reishi. Huh? Hold on. They lowered his health? Interesting. Exclusive ability, change the conditions required to activate Kyoka Sugetsu from consuming 100% of Rebirth gauge to consuming 100% of Rebirth gauge when the Hogyoku fusion level is 5. Special flash attack, Hein, increase the stun time, special flash attack, Senjuko Tentayo, increase the stun time. Cresselia State, special flash attack, increase the damage stun time and decrease the guard time. Awaken stats, increase the multiplier for damage amount and damage received. Don't know how I feel about this. So, okay, yeah, he takes more damage, but he's also dishing out more damage, which very stupid. As if Aizen of all characters needed more damage. Totally. Increase the fighting spirit required for awakening. Okay, that's why he didn't awaken earlier. Before, I feel like he would have, but okay, yeah. So they made it harder to reawaken. I think that they did that for a lot of characters overall. Ooh. Excuse me, had a yawn. Yeah, they did that for pretty much every character overall. Exclusive ability, increase amount of Hogyoku fusion level. Flash attack, adjusted the attack judgment to extend reach. Reawaken. Special flash attack, decrease the stun time. Spiritual move 1. spiritual pressure one. Adjusted so that it can be cancelled from quick attack and flash attack combos only on hit. Adjusted so that rebirth actions cannot be used until the end of the action. So you can't get out of it, pretty much. And it's just gonna do hella damage to you. Awesome. Great. Spiritual Pressure move 2. Increase the slow effect duration of the opponent at the time of occurrence. So we buffed him with like minor tweaks to how the buffs are due. As if Aizen needed buffed. Cool. Byakuya Kuchiki. Adjust the attack judgment to extend the reach dash attack so Senbon and Sakura has more reach, as if it didn't go full screen. Am I crazy? Oh no, this is quick attack. Okay, never mind, I'm sorry. Oh. Dash attacks. I forget dash attacks are in this game. It's just so unused. Made his dash attack faster, so he pretty much just sped up a lot of his attacks. So flash attack increased the cancelable frames, cool. And they just fixed the bug issue. Nothing too crazy for Byakuya. Komomaru. Signature move, decrease the stun time, increase the damage stun time, added minimum guaranteed damage. So he gets guaranteed damage off of this move, no matter what? Okay, normal state weaken. Special flash attack, increase the damage amount, change the damage motion to blow away. Spiritual Pressure move 1, made the start time of the dark screen faster, made the frames to which super armor is applied faster. Okay. Ooh, so let me look at the adjustment intent. Sanjin Komomaru excels in powerful fighting styles using various signature moves. However, his neutral was heavy, making it difficult to turn to offense. Okay, so they're just giving him more neutral tools. Okay. I'm not set. It's just more, I feel like he didn't need it. I feel like the character was already stupid. Shunsui. Okay, Shunsui. What do you have for me? Increase knockback amount of guard time. I seen in another Twitter clip, actually, not Shisui, that's just not Naruto. Shunsui, he actually has a little bit of sauce now. He actually has combos, which the character was really lacking, and that's why I feel like he was one of the weakest characters in the game. Just like, if you're a character from last patch that didn't really have combos, that had to rely on, extending through flash step and a lot of that, you weren't really considered strong, especially because Shunsui, he couldn't get a combo off of his breaker either. So again, good quality of life change for him. I'm really excited to see what they have for him. Kaname Tosa extended the retreat distance at the beginning and the subsequent advanced distance. Remove the invincibility at the beginning of the technique for a special flash attack. Wow. They nerfed it, huh? Signature move, added spiritual power acquisition amount when a counter judgment is established. Okay. Interesting. Again, I played against Tosin probably twice in this game, maybe. So I don't know how much of his stuff works. I've seen videos on it. I've watched a video on pretty much every character before I seen who I was actually gonna play in the game, because I did get the game, I think, a week late, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be excited to play it. But I'm always here to try everything, so I might actually end up playing Tosin, seeing how these changes affect him. Who knows? Exclusive ability. Increase the initial area of the visible range, shorten the time until the visible range reaches the maximum area. Okay, so it's a little okay, I didn't know how I was gonna word this. So pretty much after he awakens, the circle, I'm gonna guess, starts off smaller than usual.
and it's gonna increasingly grow over time. Which, that's okay. I'm not mad. Now, for those that don't know, this is my favorite character in Bleach right here. Toshiro Hitsugaya. Exclusive ability. Increase the maintenance time of Tensho Yun. Control over weather level 3. Quick attack made the occurrence of the technique faster. Okay, so they just sped up a lot of his moves. Awaken. Flash attack. Increase the increased amount of Tensho Yun gauge. Special flash attack, various, decrease the stun time, increase the increase amount. Okay, so he gets more gauge and he gets the combo for longer. Which I feel like Toshiro, he was definitely lacking. Oh, no. He wasn't lacking in combos, but the combos he was doing, they required him to use a lot of bar. Which I'm guessing that this allows him to do that, but with just using less bar now, which all around good change. Kenpachi Zaraki. Exclusive ability, increase the attack power, increase value when the soul is reduced. So I'm guessing when he's low on stocks, his damage gets stronger, which that is pretty much Kenpachi's whole character in Bleach. He's just a strong badass, which is pretty cool. Flash attack follow-up made the frames that can be cancelled faster. Awesome. And special flash attack increase the damage, stun time, and guard stun time. Awaken. Quick attack, adjust the attack judgment to extend the reach. So he has more range on his quick attack, okay. Special flash attack, adjusted the attack judgment to extend the reach. Okay, increase cannot be cancelable. So when you you can make your attack go farther, but when you do that, you can't cancel. So it's pretty much high risk, high reward, which I love that this game is trying to find a way to implement that, because a lot of these games nowadays, it's like you take low risk. Well, actually, you take low risk, right? Like you do. Oh man, what can I compare this to? Oh, easy example: Dragon Ball FighterZ. You do all this mashing and shit, right? You're risking a lot, right? You're doing all this bullshit, and you're getting rewarded a lot off of it for no reason whatsoever. You're taking a huge fucking risk. Now, if you get it, congratulations. You get to do a lot of damage. If you don't get it, oh, you're fucked. You're taking a lot of damage. But in Dragon Ball FighterZ, you can just mash moves and for some reason be safe on a lot of them, which you're not, getting punished on. You have full screen EX moves that are safe on block and have medium scaling, which I find very dumb, nonetheless. But I like this. Kenpachi is in reality in the show a high risk, high reward character. So I'm glad that they're doing that. Okay, Mayuri Kurotsuchi. Increase the guard stun time. Okay, we've seen this. Okay, so he's pretty much just getting quality of life changes that pretty much the whole cast is getting. Kain Chiba, flash attack, increase stun time, just attack judgment. Okay, so he's just getting the same universal quality of life changes. Cool. Shinji Hirako, flash attack follow up normal, increase damage, stun time, shorten the blow away distance. Okay. Decrease the stun time, increase the damage on his spiritual pressure move 2. Okay. And adjust the attack judgment of Hiyori to extend the reach. So they gave him more range and more damage. Longer combos. Okay. I don't know if he was one character that needed it, but I'll have to see. Now, I've heard a lot about Coyote Stark. I've heard that he's actually pretty good now. I want to read the intent. Coyote Stark is required to have completely different fighting styles in normal state and awakened state, and has powerful actions for each of the large cost. However, he was not getting an appropriate return for the cost he paid. This adjustment improves the overall performance in both forms, and although the point that cost management is necessary, does not change. The actions themselves are easier to handle. In normal state, it is now possible to transition to combos from special flash attack with charge, making it easier to deal damage even from a distance. So he spent, okay, so before when he spent his bar, so if for those that don't know how Stark worked, in his normal state he used guns, and pretty much he has to charge up his spiritual pressure in order to be able to use the guns, in order to be able to attack in general. Now they're saying that you still have to do that, but you're getting rewarded a lot more for it, which is really good in my opinion. I think this is something he really did need. Now, will we be seeing a lot more Stark? I hope so. I think he's a really cool character, although he is a zoner. Like, I'm seeing cool for design, not playstyle, so we'll see. In Awakened state, he immediately acquires Blue Flame Wolf Stock, making it easier to use actions using rolls. The point that souls are used as a cost has not changed, so the large risk remains the same, but the power of Awakened Key Card Move 1 has increased, making it easier to launch a short-term battle. Again, so this is on the lines of the same stuff with Kenpachi, high risk, high reward. Love it. Love seeing this implemented in games. Tier Halibel. Exclusive ability, increase the basic decreased amount of aura gauge, increase the value applied to the decreased amount according to the accumulation amount of aura. What the fuck is going on? Set a cool time for the time when the aura gauge starts to decrease. Decrease the value that lowers the decreased amount of aura gauge depending on his own spiritual pressure situation. I am so lost. I know this is talking about her ability where it's like the more you do damage, well, the more you hit an opponent, the more the more her gauge fills up, and that allows you to be able to do different combo routes and stuff. So that I do know. The wording is just throwing me off here. Flash attack, decrease the acquisition amount of aura gauge. Flash attack follow-up, decrease the acquisition amount of aura gauge. So I guess you lose less aura for all this, which pretty good. Signature move, flash attack button variation. Decrease the gauge crush amount adjusted. The combo scaling. Difficult to extend. They took her loops out? Wow. Okay, so if you didn't know, Tyr was considered a top 4 character in the game. It was Bankai Ichigo, Tyr, Kai and Chiba, and Neliel, which we'll probably be getting into soon. Now, Tyr, with her spiritual pressure move, she had loops. And pretty much you could do the spiritual pressure move into a dash up, and then you do your signature. Was it signature move? I think it was. It was either signature move or signature move. Wait, did I just say that? It was whatever triangle is that I know. And pretty much you double tap triangle and then you do another spiritual pressure 1. And you can pretty much loop that as long as you had meter and reverse gauge. Now they're taking that out. They're adjusting the scaling so you can't extend the combo off of it, which sucks because I feel like that's what made the character hurt. And it wasn't even like it was a broken tactic or anything. It was just a mechanic in the game that I felt like she needed, and it was pretty cool. But they're taking it out, which is unfortunate. But Ulquiorra, decrease the fighting spirit required to awaken. Oh, so he gets awakening faster now, which is different from what we've been seeing with other characters. If you've been paying attention, other characters increase the fighting spirit that they gain. Well, no, the meter increased for them, so now it takes them longer to get their fighting spirit. Now it's shorter for him, which is pretty cool. Spiritual 1 move delayed the startup of the technique, so that takes longer to come out. Normal state, dash attack, decrease the duration, so dash attack doesn't last as long. Awaken dash attack also doesn't last as long. Signature move, decrease the amount of his own spirit particle decreased. Okay, so his health stays. Well, I can't talk. He gets to keep more health than he uses, which is pretty good. Adjust also slash. Okay, yeah, we know that. Can't break out of combos easy anymore. I can never pronounce this nigga's name. I just call him Gilga. Signature move can now be cancelled. Okay, yes, he was. Okay, so Gilga was one of these characters that couldn't combo after doing their grab. Now they can. Great, awesome. Spiritual pressure move 2, increase the slow effect duration that only affects the opponent. Huh. That's interesting. Awaken, exclusive ability, increase the damage amount of each action when the 6 arms are activated. Okay, so now he gets more damage off of his awakening, pretty good. Make the startup faster, adjust the attack judgment to extend reach. So he gets more range, awesome. Shorten the blowaway distance so they keep him closer in for combos. Special flash attack, adjust the attack judgment, we know that. Okay, and the rest is just universal change. Greninja, fan favorite character in the anime. Exclusive ability, increase the acquisition amount. Okay, so he gets more damage, but not more damage. He gets more of the gauge when he takes damage. Pretty cool. Flash attack follow-up, increase the self-inflicted damage amount during the I didn't know he did self-inflicted damage. That's news to me. Unless this is just implemented. Huh. That's interesting. Special flash attack, decrease the damage stun time and guard stun time during the annihilation state. So he gets his combos last longer and he stuns characters for longer, which is pretty good. Awaken state, special flash attack, decrease, so same thing, okay. Grants. Which character is it? I can't remember which character this is. Anyway, increase the number of Rokurichu planted by specific actions, decrease the amount of Rokurichu required for spiritual pressure, understanding level 2. This is interesting. I'm honestly, I don't know how this character works. Links battle into a long-term fight using a special unique specification. Oh wait, I know exactly what this is. I'm stupid. Aims to gradually build up the battle. Yeah, okay. This is the one who can revive twice. Yeah, okay. Man, I'm an idiot. I haven't seen Bleach in a minute. Neliel, this another top tier character. Flash attack. Increase the stun time. Flash attack follow up when using chase stock. Increase the damage amount. So they gave her more damage. They actually buffed her. Huh. Adjust so that it can be cancelled into signature move. Okay. So they're giving her more damage and more routes. And that's how we're gonna end this. Wow, okay. So my overall thoughts on the patch, I'm really glad that this patch came because a lot of people were getting restless for this fucking patch because they thought the game was dying. I just thought the game was perfectly fine. Well, I say perfectly fine. There were problems with the game and everybody knew that, but complaining about the same problems over and over again, it wasn't going to change anything. You honestly just got to let the developers do what they got to do, let them hear the feedback, and when they respond, they respond. But I do believe that communication between developer and said party that brought the game is also needed. So while I don't want them to be consistently quiet, I would like for them to at least, say something every now and then. You don't have to respond so quickly to things. That's why they gave us that survey for us to fill out. And when we filled it out, we pretty much put what we wanted to see in the game, put what we want to see for future Bleach titles, and just let them do what they gotta do. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching the video. You know, just leave a comment down below if you enjoyed. Subscribe, like if you haven't already. And with that being said, that's it. Later.